Hello, welcome to my channel. Before I must do anything else, I must give praise to the Most High. He's the one and only person I listen to, and my mother, God rest her soul, and my wife, I listen to her, and my son. The time now is 7:48 p.m. Wednesday night, and my topic is today. I must make something clear to everybody. Illegal paper. I'm trying to tell people. I mean, ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm just telling my truth. But some people seem to think if a person like I was watching the other guy channel, he said that. That's why I know people been brainwashed to believe this stuff. Paperwork is illegal in this country. All paper is illegal, but that's how they got it set up, and people conditioned to go by paperwork. Like I heard the other guy got a YouTube channel. Um, when saw these Indians couldn't, they didn't have no birth certificate to prove that they was United States citizen. They don't need no proof. I told people before they already was here, so paperwork is illegal. They're gonna use to say, "Aha, paperwork don't make you who you say you is." Even your social security number is illegal. Your social security number is like a numbers what a slave had on his back, or like prison number. This is all that slavery. It's like a prison is a constant is slave quarters. It's the same thing. That's why I understand why people so conditioned to believe everything. Indian don't have to have papers to prove that he's a United States citizen. He wasn't no United States citizen before they put this bullshit here. It wasn't even no place, such place as America or the United States. And the 12 stars on the flag, those was colonized states colonized by white people. So everything is illegal here except for the indigenous people. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't like when people consider you bashing the people that did all the stuff. You bashing people that was here for 1,000 years and you don't know nothing. Like my wife, I gotta get her come on because she enlighten you about things. There are things that's not even in the Bible, but that don't mean it's not here. They got portals. They got other dimensions, other worlds, and paperwork do not make you legal because anybody know the government all that stuff is illegal. The country was seized. So when you see some Indian tribe, like when World Trade Center got knocked down, they found an Indian burial ground underneath there, and they had to preserve it. uh when they built the Freedom Tower, those Indians have been buried there for over 4,000 years and stuff like that. I just keep trying to tell people. That's why when a cop stop you, what's the first thing he asks for? Your driver's like he don't give a damn about no registration or insurance. That come first. You know why? That's property of the state. He asks for his own property back. That's why I say these YouTubers that pretend they journalists, when they be saying they pay the cop's salary and the car you drive, my tax dollar pay for that. Well, if y'all so tough, if that car do belong to y'all, how can y'all not try to get in it and drive off with it? Because y'all know y'all asses will get locked up, so you ain't got much juice you think you do. Everything in this country is illegal. Even a camera, like a camera is so a weapon. A camera can, sometimes they say the cameras don't lie. Yes, cameras do lie. A camera can see something that they think they saw and it's not there. And my cousin used to be an editor for television. He told me, like, they can make, just like if I say, I don't like this person. They can switch my words around and make your voice say this. I hate that person. And when they say I'm gonna do the cover story, that's the fakes. The cover story. I mean, it's a planted story. That's not real. So everybody go by this paper. You don't even supposed to have a birth certificate. paperwork is all illegal. That's why I understand why he said that, trying to prove that an Indian wasn't here. Yes, he was. He don't need. It's like when I go in places, people say, "Where's your tribal card?" I said, "My face is my introduction. I don't need no tribal card." Cause that's and when people say it like that, I believe that the people that be on them YouTube channels, they be plants, and they pay to say that, make all that money. That's why they say all kind of terrible things. You got other black people will make another black person look bad because he's working for the man, like they say in the '70s. Why would you do that to your own people? You have no loyalty to your own people. That's why a racist white person look at you and say, "Well, we don't got to do nothing now 'cause they shoot each other anyway," and stuff like that. That's why I try to tell people, getting back to this paperwork, your birth certificate, all that stuff, your social security number. If you look at a white person's social security number, his, I guarantee, it's not gonna look like yours. But my friend, he's black. Him and his son got their social security numbers almost identical until you get to the last three numbers. That's your prison number. And immigration, Europeans started immigration. Who you think started? Wasn't no black man, wasn't no Indian. It was him. They did that so they can keep track of everybody. Just like when somebody died at the end of the year, when the new year come in, they fascinated with death. They do inventory. They can tell you how many people die in a year. Because the cops, when they come across a dead body, what do? He gets pencil and paper and write down the time of death, what caused it. Because they very curious. They're very curious with input when doing deaths on people. So like I told my niece, look up activist named Dick Gregory. He gave me a lot of information, but he passed away. But I think his wife on the website. Um, it was a president. It was a black president before Obama. John Hanson was president of the United States. Nobody know about him. He's a good man lost in history. That's what it said. I found out about him, and Hannibal was a black king that conquered Africa. Not he conquered Rome, and they ain't gonna tell you nothing like that. They won't teach this stuff in school. But when I'm getting back to this paperwork do not make you the rightful owner of the land. That's illegal. That's why Indians don't like paperwork, and people should stop trying to. They don't even care about the Indian getting killed. Or say if he wasn't who he said it was, why Europeans should try to or kill them all the time. And just like Malcolm X when he talk about the Plymouth Rock shipping factory, he talking about the Plymouth Rock shipping factory in Massachusetts. When he said Plymouth Rock didn't land on us, we landed on that. He talking about that place is still owned today and it's still a factory. I don't know if it's still in business, but it was about 10 years ago. Those guy was descendant from the people that came in and wiped out Squanto's tribe. And I said, guess they was fakes or plants. Even a car, you don't even supposed to have a driver's license to drive a car. I know a guy that's a Moor. He don't have a driver. He showed some other kind of ID. Cops didn't even bother him. You can go to the library and look it up, or go Google. It'll say you don't supposed to have a driver's license to operate a car. But when you raise your car, you sign a contract like an actor. That means your car is under a contract. Like you said, I'm not part of the government system. That's what. Then next he gonna ask for your registration, then insurance, because that's not his property. State ID that's the state's property. Even though your picture's on it, it's not free. When it was free, you would have to pay for it. You paying for his property. That's why he said when he stopped you, he taking back his own property. That's why he always say, "Man, I see your driver's license. He won't ask for no registration or nothing. He ask for that, but that's his registration insurance from another department or another kind of system." And like I try to tell people fall always do things about a book, what you think you are. And Indians didn't have to have a birthday. They didn't have no birthday when he was here. So that's why y'all follow all the stuff that white people put here. Taxes, all that stuff came out of Israel and they brought it here to the United States. And we always helping other people. But I said I guarantee you, if something happened in this country bad, I guarantee these countries won't take you in theirs. But they can come here. They can get food stamps without even having the citizenship. I saw it on television right here in Connecticut. And you think that's fair to people that was born and raised here, been here for 60, 70 years? and he had to go through all this red tape. They even got a place in Kennedy Airport. I know about later. You don't know because you're not an immigrant. They said when the immigrants come over here, they got an office in there hidden and to help them. They got foreign aid, all that stuff, right in this country. But you can't. If you went there, you can't get it. Even when I went to downtown, they got a college for Latinos, and I was standing in front of it waiting for the bus. So it goes, you can't stand there. I guess she thought I was trying to come to school. I said, I'm not trying to come to y'all's little Latino school. And y'all people of color too. Y'all not white either. And I told people they not from Spain, so stop calling them Spanish. They Spanish speaking. I tell them, I said, you not Spanish. You got any proof that you come from Spain? No. And when people say all this stuff about, like when they said, when he said that the Indian can't can't prove that he's a citizen. Why should he prove he's a citizen? All this citizenship stuff come in this country under the Europeans' law. That's who y'all follow. That's why you follow paperwork. Anybody know, even African Americans know that paper, a real educated one, he know that paperwork is illegal in this country. Even when they give you a speeding ticket, that's illegal. Even when they, I know that you gotta have stuff like that. When they give you a summons to go to court, um, all that stuff is illegal because there wasn't no paperwork here. So why the Indian had to prove by a birth certificate that's made by white people who he is? That didn't even sound right when he said that. That's why I'm speaking about it now. Paperwork is illegal in this country. After a while, paperwork will become obsolete, which is already happening. When you go to the check that place, you'll see the thing say UPS when they got rid of that. And Trump did that. He got rid of that paperwork, and they just asked for that the numbers and like that. You don't have to have fill out the paper no more and amount. You do all that on the phone now. So that's already, and like these YouTube, that's why I say y'all better get y'all fun, make all the money you can, because after a while, when y'all come to these places, I'm right here, I can do it now. And they said you could do that online. They don't want to go online, but they illegal too. They don't want to go online because they know nobody can see their little crappy videos they make, like I said before. So back to what I'm saying, paperwork is illegal. If paperwork was illegal, the Indian don't have to prove when he said when Dean Hollows said that. I said, wow, he really followed that man's rule. That means the people got white mentality in you, so you follow everything the white men say on paper. When we know paper is illegal, so the Indian didn't have to prove who he is, even if he didn't have paperwork. His ancestors was already here. So why he gotta have proof of who he is? You know, a lot of old Indians don't have proof that they were citizens. The people that made the paperwork up wasn't citizen either. So why you following them and believe them? Wow. And people tell me I'm not an Indian. You dark. Well, I'm not an Indian. That's something that Columbus did, but some Indians like to be called that. But I really be called indigenous person. That means original people of the land. And I don't mean that when they say first American, everybody think they come from some other land. The native was already here. An Indian, what an indigenous person was created by special angels and put here to run this part of the land. But I know it's too far fetched a brain for some people, little feeble minded brain. You know, some people brain is the size of a peanut, probably the size of a squirrel. I can't even compare him to a squirrel. A squirrel got more sense than that. Y'all believe everything that somebody put out. You can't even believe what be in the library books. That's why the first paragraph when you go to the library it says library, lie, bury, lie. They tell you European lies. And everybody, even I don't went to that. When you go to school, you think you learn something good. They teaching the wrong curricula. They teaching foreign curricula to you. That's why people know so much about that country don't know a damn thing about their own. Like if you're born to be a black person, don't wait once a year to tell people who you are or show Black History Month. You letting people dictate your life. You supposed to know who you are all the time. It's like Thanksgiving. Why you gotta wait 1 year to have Thanksgiving? You can give thanks every day for God. Let me see another day. I'm blessed. Some people don't even say that, and I know I'm hard headed too. I got a head like a rock sometimes, but I do believe in the Creator. I say things I shouldn't be saying, but I always pray later and I feel bad and stuff like that. But some people, money is their God. That's why I know those YouTubers. They just like them other people. They got white mentality. That's why they act like that. And a lot of them is felons and their own self. That's why they don't have no respect. Always give people the finger. What journalists do when they be saying they're journalists? I like to bite my tongue. I say y'all not journalists because y'all don't know how to edit anything. Y'all only know how to film right. Y'all camera always be. So I see sometimes all they do is film the person's forehead. That looks so organized. They film the nose. Y'all don't know how to, and then when y'all do film things, y'all film pamphlets in the hallways and walls and stuff. The editor, news reporter don't do nothing like that. They'll lose their job. Y'all ain't got no bosses, so y'all appoint yourself as a fake ass boss. Like that word too, boss. Look it up. It mean overseer. I mean you oversee everything a slave do. So y'all are the new slave master. I heard a Karen said that to a cop. We are slave masters. That's what y'all want to be. That's why y'all not getting no respect from me and stuff like that. And look at that YouTube when he was getting his ass with who he called a cop. He said, I don't need a cop. When they were chasing your ass down the street, beating your ass up, and you was running for the cops. But getting back to the paperwork, it's illegal. I don't care how you sugarcoat it. Paperwork is illegal. You can ask a native that a real native, not no one that don't know what he's talking about, that pretend to be an Indian. Now, my mother called them bootleg Indians and fake bootlicking journalists. That's what we call them. I don't mean to come down hard, but that got me upset. Like when my mother people been Shoshone's been around for like 8, 9,000 years. I guess they was fake too. And then did they have paperwork back then? They had paperwork. Like in Israel, they had the scroll they pull out. They brought all that stuff here when they came to this country. Why you think it's here now? It's like a bus driver. Y'all do things by the book, so y'all listen to what they say about paperwork. But you can even look it up on Google. Uh, it's paperwork illegal, and I guarantee you're gonna tell you yes. But the country was taken over by Europeans, so that's my theory. It's not a theory; it's the truth. Everything in America is illegal and was seized. You see some, it's like when America go in another country and fight, they conquer their land. What they do, they plant their flag there. That means you under their system and rule. That's what they did to the Indians. You under my system. You got to revert to my religion, my way of life, and stuff like that. Some Indians wouldn't revert. I say Indian because some Indians like to be called Indian, so I like to be called Indian sometimes too. But even though we know we the indigenous people, Indians are from India. Even they're not Indians. Their real name is Elam. That's in the Bible. You can look that up. But of course, some of y'all don't read the Bible, so y'all not righteous your own self. And that's why y'all always talking about the cops got something to hide these YouTubers. Man, I'm so mad. Paperwork. Um, you should figure out how you gonna make somebody a citizen when your ancestors wasn't citizens. So that's why that sounds silly when it came out of his mouth when he said these Indians couldn't prove that they were citizens. They ain't had to prove they were citizens. They was already here. They didn't have no paperwork back then where his ancestors came from. They found an underground city that the Indians had built 300 or 400 years ago. They had stables down there. I guess something bad happened up there, and it went for miles and miles. It was like underground. They showed that on television. So if they wasn't here, I don't know what was here. And I tell people that all the time. You can Google paperwork. You ask, is paperwork illegal in the United States? They took this land from the Indians. Watch what it tell you. So that's all I got to say. But paperwork do not make you a citizen of the United States because it's illegal. So that's why I understand why people say the Indian they want to find fault in the Indian because they trying to be one. That's why everybody. I even see white people doing always trying to act like they Cherokee and white. Some people be lying about their background. I don't have to lie about anything because I know who my mother was, my father, but some people don't. So they, and the Bible says people gonna take other people's identity. That's what a lot of people do. Now, a lady was on television. She was African American. She was a nice looking lady, and she had her DNA done. They said she had on both sides of the family said she had no Indian blood in her whatsoever, but she embraced Indian culture, and so I like that. And she didn't get upset. She and Oprah Winfrey is almost 100% being African American. I think Oprah got about 10% Native in her. Everybody, people of color, everybody don't have no Indian background. A lot of times you be looking at a person, they be a mulatto. And people think that's an Indian because the mulatto may look similar to Indian because he's white and black. When a girl tested herself, her DNA, she would find out she was European and black. She thought she was Indian because she had long black hair. That's because she was mixed. Sometimes you see Indians on reservation, they don't necessarily be Indian. They be black and white people mixed too. So that's all I got to say. And paperwork is illegal in this country. Any kind of paperwork. That's why I said them YouTubers and fake journalists better make the use of because once paper become obsolete, you even have no cause to go down to the request for records, uh, uh, record request form, because it ain't gonna be there no more. And what y'all gonna do then? Y'all gonna flip out and try and make me up when I know y'all don't, can't take no for an answer. Well, that's all I got to say. Paper is illegal. Take my word for what it is and stuff like that. Another thing you can look up, you ain't supposed to have a driver's license to drive a car. So you get a chance, look at what I say. And paperwork don't make you a you going by what the white man put here. Paperwork, like if you can't have a birth certificate here, that make you not a citizen of the United States. So he tried to say that about the Indian when paperwork was never in this country until they came in, seized the land, and murdered the Indians. And another thing, the turkey for Thanksgiving is not the original bird. The original bird that the Indians bought was a pheasant. He's a smaller bird. He looked like a turkey. I think he's the cousin to the turkey. The turkey is a cheap bird. Like they go for like what, $33, $29, like that. That pheasant today would cost you $500. That's why they changed it to him because he's more money and stuff like they changed it to the turkey because the turkey is cheap. So that's all I got to say. So I hope you like this video, comment and share and like. So when you look at this video, I hope you like what I said about. I'm trying to give my truth out. I don't know everything, but I know enough to know that paperwork was never supposed to be in this country. Everybody falls under that paper. They think paperwork make you who you are. You make yourself who you are. You don't need no damn paperwork. But that's how things done here. If you want to get help, that's a system is set up like that. Like I said, all these 50 states are corporations. Um, like you hit like a lot of money for millions of dollars, the bank won't even tell you, they use your money to buy other property and invest your money. They did that to a black lady in California. I see now in the news, they invested her money and the bank went bankrupt and she had to sue them to get her money back. And she said, "Where's my $1 million?" She took wanted to draw $60,000 out to buy her a new car. She didn't have it because they took it. They couldn't, and they had to explain where the money went. You ain't know banks do that. That's why a lot of people don't like banks. A lot of people they make their fortune. They have banks in their house like a safe, but they have it hidden, usually behind a wall or somewhere like that. So take heed what I say. Paperwork is illegal. So that's all I got to say now. Donna Wado, whole name. See you. And I'll talk to y'all later. Goodbye for now. Thank you.